back to another podcast, man. Let's get right into it, man. Listen, man. Today we are talking about the new season number 5, man. Episode number 81. I have a lot of information to share with you guys. I am so motivated to inspire you guys to get your life, your brand, your legacy to the next level, man. I'm going to tell you guys a couple things on this episode that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about transforming your life. We're going to talk about giving you the right mindset. We're going to talk about putting you in the right environment. We're also going to talk about how important it is that you get the information, all right, and you turn the information to application. That means that somebody give you information, you fill out the information. Once you fill out the information, that's the application. Then you get the transformation. So, man, every day I wake up, I really think about some core things. I think about, like, why is it so important for someone to build their brand? What is people doing on a daily basis when it comes to content? What is the difference between content marketing, all right, and regular marketing, all right? Because sometimes we don't know how to tie those two in. Sometimes say, well, I'll create content, but I'm like, if you create content, but you don't create the right marketing, then everything else don't matter, all right? It's your marketing that's going to get the people to you, all right? Sometimes people can have trash. I repeat, they can have trash content, but they know how to market themselves. And when you know how to market yourself, then you can get people to buy your information. And I'm going to say this. If your content trash, but your marketing good, you're going to get one-time buyers, but you're not going to get repeating buyers, all right? If you got great content, all right, and you don't have no marketing, I'm talking about your marketing suck, then that's what's going to throw the balance of your business off, all right? So let's go into this real quick. I want to tell you guys, first of all, have you guys been enjoying the guests that's been on? Have you guys been truly enjoying the guests? Had some amazing guests this year. I mean, it's been going good, man. You know, or do you guys want to see more of myself? You know, do you want to see more of me, more of my education style, more of my teaching style? Because I'm a teacher by heart. I'm an educator by nature. I love to educate. I love to motivate. I love to inspire people to be the best version of themselves. Do you guys want to see more of me? Or do you want me to keep bringing on these amazing guests? Or are you guys trying to see a good mixture? You know, it is very important that I give my audience what you guys want when it comes to content creation, when it comes to you building your brand, your legacy, and you putting in that work, man. It's a lot of times, you know, we working on our dreams, we working on, you know, different things, and we realize that I want to be a master of one thing, not a jack of all. But if you are a master of a lot of things and you a jack of all things, then you got to try to find that balance. I'm telling you, you got to try to find that balance. Me, I try to take work off myself by hiring editors, hiring people that can get the brand to the next level. And a lot of times I really tap into, like, understanding, like, man, you hire the right people, but sometimes you have to train them to do it the way that you desire them to do. Because if you don't, you're gonna be a good micromanager. All right, you're gonna be managing people. You're gonna be like, oh, I gotta make sure you're not. So I'm learning to back off, let them do what they do, and then come back and come in the end. All right, and then tell them what I expect of them. All right, that's what you gotta do. We're gonna talk about analyzing your goals, analyzing your future, analyzing where you at today. You know, so you can see where you're trying to be tomorrow. You know, too many times we wake up and I'm telling you, when I see people, I'm like, man, why is this person struggling of being great? And a lot of times it's because we've been misinformed what greatness look like, all right? A lot of times when you misinform what greatness looks like, then what happens is you create this lackadaisical mindset, this lackadaisical spirit where it's like, well, I'm good where I'm at today. It's like we get into this comparing myself to other people, and not to say that it's a bad thing, but it's also could say that if you compare yourself to other people, just don't fall into what we call the imposter syndrome. All right? The imposter syndrome. All right? We literally went to a person's office, and I don't put no names out there, but we went to their office. They was on a certain floor. They said somebody can't look at their studio. They had a certain type of walls. This person that was lower down revamped the whole studio like their studio. This is the funny part. It doesn't matter how bad you try to be like somebody else. You can't duplicate them. What's so crazy is we have billions of people on the earth and nobody has the same DNA. Think about that. Nobody has the same fingerprints. Think about that. And time again, we tend to still be in the imposter syndrome mindset. And I personally don't understand why you trying to be somebody else when God already created you to be you. Me personally, I'm good with not living up to people expectations of myself, because I have high expectations for my own self. So I don't need to live up to your expectations when my expectations is just as good. So for myself, and sometimes higher for myself than what others expect. And so that's why it's so good to have your own self-talk, your own self-motivation, you just trying to put yourself where you need to be. It's good to talk to yourself daily. It's good to say, I'm built for this. The greatness that's inside of me is allowing me to be the best version of myself, and be good where you at. And I say be good where you at. Don't allow others to stop you for being who you desire to be. And a lot of times, man, I'm going to tell you guys this. A lot of times when I look at like people that's trying to duplicate others, they don't understand a couple things. Is you can't duplicate what God already created. You can't steal nobody else's blessings, all right? You know what's crazy is I noticed somebody wanted to do something, but then they don't do it. The next person see them do it, then they like, oh, I had that idea. So now they want to take the ideal and try to duplicate it, or they want to take the ideal and try to take it over. What's crazy is sometimes when you start an ideal, you have to hold steady, hold fast. Tell yourself every day that I'm good. I'm good, whatever the outcome is. Sometimes we set the outcome for a certain level and say, man, I'm good for this outcome. So a lot of times we don't even understand, like, I'm on this journey. And when I'm on this journey by myself, sometimes I realize it's lonely. I'm by myself. I'm in this jungle. I have to learn some new skills that I never learned before. I have to get around people and learn what they doing. I have to see other people's business model to add to my business model. I'm not here to duplicate, all right? I'm here to participate and to learn and to add to what I'm doing. A lot of times we see things, we like, yeah, man, I could do that. I'm going to do this. I'm like, no, stop for a second. Let's see what's happening. Now you look around and say, man, I can add this to my business. I got this framework. I got this certain thing that I'm doing for my life, my business, my brand. I'm really engaging with my audience. I'm really understanding this season of my life. A lot of times we don't understand the seasons of our life. And the minute we don't understand the season of our life, what happens is we let places, things, and people get in our way. And when these things get in our way, we tend to forget about the goal. Well, why we started? What are we doing? Why are we here? And a lot of times we can self-inflict our blessings because we will start doing something that's out the will of what God showed us. That's good. Talk to him, Lord. We can step outside of the will, all right? Because we see what somebody else is doing, and a lot of times we fall victim to the imposter syndrome. So what we say is, man, if they did it, I can do it. If they got results, I can get it. Instead of saying, let me see what I can add value to my brand, to my mission, to what I'm doing. Let me see how I can create that information so that my life, my brand, my legacy, everything I'm doing and shifting can help me get to where I'm trying to go. So I say all that to say that, man, life is about to get good. I'm speaking to somebody right now. So you probably been going through a situation right now, and that situation has really been holding you down. It's been really stopping you from getting to the place where you deserve. So since you're going through the situation, you let that situation grab hold to you, all right? And then you give up. But sometimes we right on the edge of that breakthrough. You know, God telling us, keep pressing. Even when it look like you're not going to get through, keep pressing. Even when it look like they're not supporting you, keep pressing. Even when it look like your business not growing, keep pressing. You are in total control of your destiny. You want to ask yourself, how bad do you want it? And why do you want it? And who do you have on your team today to help you fulfill that promise? See, a lot of times we want to ask God for something, and God is telling us, like, you asking me for something that I already gave you the ability to make happen. I'm going to repeat. You asking me for something that I already gave you the ability to make it happen. And since I gave you the ability to make it happen, now you asking me for something that you should be already made happen. Because I already gave you the ability to make it happen. But you chose to keep asking me when I said that I gave you the ability to make it happen. I say all that to say that the answers to our prayers is already within us. What we do with it is what's going to stop us from not even completing it or not getting it done. Too many times, man, people will ask the question, like, why haven't I seen the success I want? My answer to them would be, how long have you been doing it? And have you created a system and a process to help your business flourish hands off? We call it learn how to share links, not the message. Ooh, I'm going to repeat. Learn how to share links and not the message. Because when I send you the link will tell you the message. You can tell 1,000 people you can make one message and tell 100,000 people 100,000 times without you having to repeat that message. So I'm about to give you some free game real quick. This free game. Supposedly you have a product, all right? And this product, people been asking you questions about it. Now, you had 10 different people ask you the same question. So I would ask you, do you keep answering the question, or do you make a video say, here are some of the most common questions that people ask about this product? And if somebody asks you a question, or if you had 10 different questions, you had 10 different questions that people ask you about your product, do you wait till the 11th person asks you one of the 10 questions? Or do you say, you know what, I'm going to create 10 30-second reels to answer the 10 questions? So now you create a highlight reel that says, here are some of the most common questions that people ask about my product. This alleviates you telling the same story over and over and over. It alleviates that. So when you understand that your message needs to be sent with links and not told all the time, and that's why it's so important. So I try to really send my message with links. Me and my wife, this new season of our brands and new season of our studio is we're going into the subscription-based model. And we learning that we can get people on a subscription base that want to be a part of something. They get it, and they get it at a cheaper price. So people would come to us and be like, wow, okay, so I can come to you, pay a monthly subscription, show up at these times, and we good to go. And this is why and how the subscription-based model is being created, all right? So one thing I want to tell you guys, man, is every day that you wake up, you should be trying to push towards greatness. When I say greatness, you should be trying to push towards it. You should be waking up every day telling yourself that I can get this done. You should be telling yourself why you're going to get it done. There's so much different mindset and aspirations and the way I see things going, the way I position myself to do what I need to do. I'm like, man, like, why have I not created the life I wanted? And when I was on this journey, I used to always ask myself, why haven't I created the life that I wanted? It's because I ain't did the work. Let's talk a little bit about the work. They say you got to put 10,000 hours in. 10,000 hours just to be good at it. So imagine how many you got to put to be great at it. So a lot of times we need to understand the importance of taking the time to build the thing out. I tell people, run at your own pace because this is your race. Stop trying to compete at everybody else's pace. A lot of times we're looking at the person next to us instead of looking right ahead of us, because when we look at the person next to us, the first thing we're doing, we're taking our vision off of what we really need to be looking at. We're taking our vision off of it. And when you take your vision off of it, you have a chance to stumble. You have a chance to hit your head. You have a chance where an idol might be coming straight at you, but you can't see it because you're so busy looking over at the next person's growth, at the next person's success, at the next person's goals. You need to be so locked into your goals that all you have is tunnel vision, all right? You get inside this tunnel, all right? And all you see is the light at the end. So you know that you get into the light because the light getting brighter as you continue on to this journey. Too many times we trying to maneuver around things that's not making sense. So we oh, Johnny did it, I can do it. Oh, Christine did it, I can do it. Oh, the dude I used to work with, I knew he wasn't as smart as me. He did it, I can do it. And that's what throws your mindset, your concentration, your attributes. That's what throws everything off to you creating the life that you always wanted, man. I'm gonna tell you guys this. Success, it don't come easy, man. It's a journey. And the minute you understand the journey, and the minute you embrace that success comes with failure, the minute you embrace success comes with you learning how to redo something, the minute you learn that success comes with understanding that people will betray you, success comes with you investing in others and they not investing in you, success comes with you seeing the vision and seeing where you're trying to go but not coming to where you wish you should go. Success. Success is something that is so vital to my success. Success is something that I really took a hold of and told myself, you have to embrace the ups and the downs. You have to embrace the journey. You have to embrace the good and the bad. You have to embrace the impact. You have to embrace the know-how. You have to embrace exactly what you're trying to see. You got to embrace it, man. You got to embrace it. You know, when you're in a car and before you hit somebody, the first thing you do is, ooh, let me, even though you might try to put your hands on the dashboard like it's really going to help. Because if you smash into the right car, it can smash the whole car in. So your little hand, but it's something that you embrace for. So success, you got to embrace it. You got to embrace the failures, the ups, the downs, the goods, the bads. You got to tell yourself every day that I am going to embrace, to understand that I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm just walking on my own pace because this is my race. And I tell you, everything around you, good, bad, you're gonna have to get the level of discernment. You're gonna be able to see if people truly who they say they are, or is people bullshitting, man. I see it every day. And I'm so excited to know like this journey of entrepreneurship have taught me a lot of lessons. It has taught me how to learn how to back up and let people talk their own way into, are we gonna work together or not? Because so many times people sometimes claim to be something that they're not. And we look at it and we like, and I'm not a big person. I don't care how many followers you got. What I care about is, this is what I care about. Who are you connected to and how often do you post? And what do your community look like? That's what's most important to me. Your community, your network, all right, and how you communicating with your audience. We can get there, that level of mindset, that level of understanding that this is where you at, this is who you speaking to. That will let me know if I want to work with you or not. That will let me know if my tribe, all right, which is my vibe, the people that I'm connected to, do I want to connect them people to you? Because sometimes, I tell the people this all the time, your audience, I might don't want to connect my audience to your audience. And there's no disrespect. It's just that sometimes you know your audience and what they're looking for. And sometimes your audience, your audience and my audience is not the same audience. And once we embrace that and understand that, this rest of the stuff don't matter. And I think people need to know that. Like, I understand you have an audience. I just want to know, who is your audience? How you communicate with your audience daily? What your network look like? And let's work. Let's work from there. Versus you telling me your whole credentials, but then when I go look you up, your credentials ain't matching to what you saying. They're not matching. So me and my wife both love genuine people, because one thing we are genuine people. We invest in people all the time. We just did a backpack drive we invested in. Somebody sent me tickets I invested in. We always investing in others. And for some reason, sometimes it don't seem like people reciprocate that. And I understand one thing. It's a part of business. It's a part of business. Just because I'm walking in integrity doesn't mean they walking in integrity. So I truly understand that. And just because I invested in them, I can't expect them to invest in me, because that's the world we're living in. So as I go on this journey, man, I go into season number 5, man. As I go into season number 5, comment below. I want you guys to really be a part of, if you have somebody in the Houston area, Houston, Texas, because I don't really like that virtual stuff. I don't do virtual for like students and when I do my webinars. But I love doing podcasts in person. to me, it's more genuine. I'm more connecting. I feel they vibe. They feel my vibe. We going at it. We talking. We like really getting into the conversation. I'm really asking questions. I can feel their vibration. I can understand like this person is a real person that have real solutions that they solving in a real marketplace. And I love to connect with entrepreneurs, mindset changers, thought leaders, people who on new levels, man. So, and it's crazy though, because I look back and I really think like, man, the process that we've been through to get where we at today, you know how you look back at your numbers? Because I do this all the time. You look back and say, dang, this is how many people we help. And this is how much money we made. And this is how much I spent on my rent. And this is how much I spent on my business. And you know what I'm saying? You start to put everything together and be like, okay, it was all worth it. Because sometimes it didn't come in bunches. It spread it over time. It was like God needed, okay, you need this customer at this time. Boom, he sent you that. Then he said, oh, okay, I got this customer for you. You need this customer at this time. So then you start to see, I got it. But a lot of times, man, I really want people to be open to understanding your audience. I really want people to be open to just the whole thought of entrepreneurship. Because when you really think about it, you really realize it's not a lot of people that's doing entrepreneurship. It seems everybody entrepreneur. False. It's not real. You could say people are aspiring to be entrepreneur, but an entrepreneur is somebody. And this is I'm talking about, and I'm talking about on the level you can have a job, be entrepreneurship. I'm talking, and nothing wrong with that. But I'm talking about the entrepreneurs that I be looking for as somebody who is truly disconnected from a job and making money on their own time, on their own brand, on their own mission, all right? And the only people paying them is their audience, their customers. You know what I'm saying? I love those type of entrepreneurs. Now, I do know you got the 9-to-5 entrepreneurs. You got the entrepreneurs that go to work and then they do their business in the evening time. I love it. Somebody got to start somewhere. This is my biggest question to everybody. If you had $10 million a day, today, if you had $10 million in your bank account, would you still be at your job or would you walk away? Straight up. 90% of the people, it's very few people. I'm talking about, it might be higher than that. But 90% of the people say, man, I'm walking away. I'm done working. It's because the love for their job ain't as great as they think. We learn how to psychologically psych ourselves out to love something because we know we have to go do it. I promise you this. I done seen it over and over again. I didn't ask this question hundreds and thousands of times. If you had $10 million today, would you walk away from your job? And most people say, I would. This is the thing. The reason why you would is because where you at today, you truly don't like it. We as workers, when I say we, I'm talking about when I used to be a worker, I used to have to psych myself out, okay? When I was working at the railroad, to say, man, I got to go get it, man. Ain't nothing going to stop me. And truly, something in the back of my mind was like, man, you hate this place. But I knew I had to do it until I found something that allowed me to walk away from my job. I'm going somewhere with this story, though. Because a lot of times, that same way we psych ourselves out about this job is the same way we need to psych ourselves out about entrepreneurship. You need to tell yourself every day, I am a millionaire. You need to, even though you might only have $1,000 in your bank account, might have 1,000 pennies, you might have $100, might have $5. You got to tell yourself that, and then tell yourself, if I am a millionaire, am I doing what it takes to be a millionaire? And am I thinking how millionaires are thinking today? That's all I'm telling you to do. To me, it's not really rocket science. It's just you figuring out your plan, your mission, what you have to do, why you have to do it, and psyching yourself out to greatness. Because greatness is earned, man. It's never given. So every day you wake up, you should be like really telling yourself, like, man, I'm a millionaire. Ain't nobody can stop me. Man, there's greatness on the way. Man, I'm working towards my dreams. It's like daily affirmation you should be speaking. You should be looking in the mirror. You should be looking at your dream car. You should be looking at your dream house. You should be looking at your dream studio. Right now, I record in a part of my dream studio. And I'm telling you, it's not all the way my dream studio yet because we don't own the building yet. But that's coming soon. Well, why? Because I believe it. I believe it. And when you believe in something and you fight for something, I promise you one thing. Your attitude, your mindset, everything will shift to another level. And every day you wake up, man, you should be really so hyped, so down to earth, and telling yourself, like, I can do this. Because one of the hardest things for me was when I'm on this journey, other people wasn't on the journey. I became job free. Still, people still not on this journey because they still working. So one of my hardest things right now today is trying to circle around the right people that I can give energy to, the right people that I can give the right mindset to. I'm trying to position myself unto that level. So every day I wake up, man, I'm really striving towards greatness. I'm really pushing towards being the best version of who I am, and how can the best version of me grow daily. Everything else is easy. Everything else is super easy. And I'm so excited to just be tapped in to my purpose, to my mission. And I'm so dedicated to helping others. A lot of times when we look at like our mind of just being an entrepreneur, we realize, like, man, you know what? This thing is hard. It's really hard. And it's easier for me to go to a job where they just give me the food and I eat, but I only can eat what they give me, versus waking up and gotta try to look for something to kill to eat. The mindset of that, it creates a different beast in you. It creates a different mindset in you. It allows you to get so excited that life, just everything that you're doing, it turns up, man. And a lot of times I get real emotional when it comes to understanding entrepreneurship and the hard work and the dedication that goes behind it. People don't see everything. They only see what we let them see. See, life is a whole highlight reel of people, greatness, or what's good in people's life. The only time you see people failures, usually is when somebody shows somebody died in their family. I need you to think about that. People don't show their daily disappointments. They show their daily highlights. And when you do see any disappointments, it's usually my mom died, my dad died, my uncle died, my cousin got shot, my this and my that. It's usually the condolences moments. Hey, my condolences go out to you. Man, I'm praying for you. I'm like, a lot of times I don't even want to post that stuff on social media because you praying for me now that something bad happened? Half the people saying that they praying for you, are they really praying for you? I mean, I'm just being honest. We talking some real talk. Oh, they praying? Oh, my condolences go out to you. I'm praying for you right now. I'm like, other than that, you just like my post. Half the people don't share your stuff. By the way, sharing is free. It's free to share. You know, it's free to say share. It's free to say great information. You know, sometimes those comment on a post can inspire somebody to go harder. But sometimes you post something and people get no feedback. They like, oh, okay. Like, these are the things that you really have to understand and know. And I'm personally trying to figure out, like, when do we start posting our daily disappointments? When? You know, everybody want to show them winning. People don't want to show them losing. And I get it. Because if you show yourself losing, people will figure out they will figure out that, man, this person is losing at this moment, not a loser. Of course, people will judge you and say, oh, you're a loser, man. You lost your last 10 deals. You lost your last 10. But to me, it's bigger than that. And I'm going to be honest with you. And I try to tell everybody, man, it's so much bigger than what you can imagine, though. Because every day, one of the biggest things is, as an entrepreneur, is getting up and believing in yourself. It's getting up and understanding, like, what play should I run today to get traffic to my website, to get traffic to my booking. Like, what are those plays looking like? People out here are needing help. People are hurting. People are struggling. But how can I bring value to them? How can I help them connect with life, connect with things, connect with people? Like, how? And a lot of times it's so frustrating because it's like, do you want to post your daily disappointments? Because people will judge. Or should you forever post your highlights and only post something that happened bad to you and say, oh, my mom died. Oh, my dad died. R.I.P. to my cousin. Do you want to wait for that moment? Or do you want to be like a glass, transparent, and show your daily ups, your daily downs, to show people like, oh, I tried this and I fell at it. But this is month number 1. Now we on month number 3. I reran the play with a different tactic. Now I'm successful at it. Like, those are the moments. Those are the transformational moments that helps people push through. Because whether you believe it or not, some of the same things you going through, other people going through. They're just not sharing it. But see, the minute you get transparent, the minute that you wrap your mind around success, the minute that you understand your purpose, your passion, you understand where you at, where you going, how you going to get there. The minute that you understand that you don't have to have imposter syndrome, that you don't have to follow somebody else's lead when God already built for you to be the leader. You just got to go and create that vision and watch how other people follow you. That's the mindset that we all need to adapt, all right? We need to understand that it starts with you having the information, all right? You got the information. Somebody passed it to you. You watched it. You paid for it. You took the information and you applied it. That's the application part, all right? Now you put the application in, all right? You apply the information. The last step is, this is when the transformation comes, all right? So the transformation can never come if you don't put the application in, all right? If you're looking to be an entrepreneur, if you don't go get the LLC, the application, if you don't get the marketing skills, the applications, if you don't get the content creation, the application, if you don't get the right audience, the application, if you don't post the right videos, the application, if you don't get in the right environment, the application, these are things that can stop you from getting the success that you're looking for. The information compared with the application gives you the transformation that can have you. But all that comes with what? Dedication. You got to be dedicated. You got to be grinding. You got to tell yourself every day, I'm not going to be stopped no matter how my situation looks. You got to get prepared. You got to have the right mind, the right mindset, the right fortitude, the right attitude, the right everything, so that you can wake up and say every day, I'm built for greatness. And no matter what I go through, ain't nobody or nothing can stop me, because this is the plan that God's had me on. See, if you believe in God and you trust the plan, you're going to go through the ups and the downs and the ups. I tell people this all the time. The defibrillator, the things you put in your heart, boom, 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 boom. And when you look at the machine, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. The minute they put that on somebody's machine, they put that machine on somebody's heart, and they say beep, that means they dead. The minute somebody tell you everything's going right, they dead. The minute somebody tell you my life is perfect, they dead. The minute somebody tell you that you can do it this way and be successful, I'm going to tell you right now, they dead. Because you can try to do it that way, but it might not work for you. All right? You got to find out what worked for you and stay true to you. Stay true to your grind. Stay true to your goal. Stay true to your purpose. Don't let nobody stop you from getting to the place that you deserve to be. You are built for greatness. God will never put more on you that you can't handle, man. He will never, never put more on you. Sometimes he got to put these things on you to make you a stronger person, a bigger person, to have the right mindset, to want to shift your attitude, to want to shift your mindset, to want to get in the right environment. He have to put this stuff on you, because other than that, some of us are so complacent, all right, that if we don't get things on us, that we can't get outside the box. Some of us are stuck in this box because all we see is where we at, all right? Sometimes you got to bust the box open to get out the environment. Let me tell you a difference between a hamster on a treadmill and a person that's running in the environment. Let's talk about it. All right. Now, you could put a hamster on the treadmill. He get to see the same environment every single day. That's some of you. Some of you guys are on this treadmill. You see the same environment every single day. All right. Then you take that same hamster and put him in the jungle, in the woods, in the forest. Then guess what? He get to move around. He see different scenery. But guess what? It's more dangerous. All right. He can get killed out there. See, right there in that cage, he can't get killed because there's nothing that can eat him. There's nothing and then somebody's feeding him. That's how some of you is when you locked into your job. There's somebody feeding you. There's somebody drop you the house on the treadmill. They just keep giving you food. You looking up, you keep running on the treadmill. Some of you guys got to get out there in that forest, get out there in the woods. You know, it gets dangerous. It gets scary. But I'm going to tell you one thing. You can do it. You got to believe to achieve. But other than that, ain't nobody can stop you but you. You your only person that can stop you. The thing about God, he said, I give you dominion over the earth. And then he also says, life and death is in the power of your tongue. So whatever you speaking is what you believe in. All right? What you speaking is what you believe in, man. It's time for you to get out there in those woods. It's time for you to get out there in that environment and understand it's going to be scared. It's going to be scary. It's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. Some of you're not going to get. Some people might disrespect you. Some people might mistreat you. Some people might not invest in you. But you got to know that you are your best investment. As long as you investing in yourself, people can't tell you nothing, man. Listen, as I always say, season number 5, we here. We got new guests, but also I'm back, man. I'm back. I'm renewed. I got a renewed mindset. I got a renewed attitude. I done seen some things. I done been through some things, and I'm getting better every single day. You know what I'm saying? We here to stay. We ain't going to stop. Listen, I'm going to tell you guys this, and I always tell you, I'm going to leave you with this final words, man. Being unrealistic is the closest thing to poverty, all right? That means some of you guys are unrealistic with your goals. Be realistic, all right? It's one step at a time, not 1 mile at a time, all right? Second thing is this. Understanding is you want to make sure your environment is right, the people around you are right, your attitude is right, and where you mentally at is right. Last thing is this. Remember to go out, design the life you want, create the brand you deserve, but most importantly, leave your legacy through your own information and products, man. This Lloyd C. Christten Jr., man, this is why now is your time, man. Remember, life without purpose, it has no meaning. Go out and design it, because guess what? This is why now is your time. It's time to go get it. No excuses. Welcome back, man. Season 5. We got 19 more episodes. They coming all off the stove. They hot. They hot. Take notes. I'm around the right people, the right environment, and I promise you, your mind gonna change. I always tell you, and this is one of my favorite things to say, keep watching me like you watch TV, and your mindset and bank account will change. I see you guys in the next video. Peace.